And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Hello, Maya. What's going on? It's Roz and Mocha. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's your question for the room?
It is, what's the longest you've stayed mad at your partner?
Ooh, good question. Well, let's get you to answer first.
So for me, it's probably like 24 hours, but it's only because like we have to hash it out right away. So that would be like probably like 24 hours straight of us like, you know, arguing or talking it out or whatever.
Right.
But that's not hashing it out right away. That's
yeah, I mean,
no.
What was the last thing you guys got into an argument about that lasted this 24-hour period?
yeah.
Oh God, I don't even remember. Honestly, it's always something stupid. Like it might have been.
Is that sort
Like,
of the way it is, that like it's always over something that even, you know, that you're just not going to remember? Like, are these blowouts over anything that you guys still discuss?
No, not at all. They're over something silly, and then it just tends to drag and drag and drag. And sometimes I wish I could just we could just be mad at each other for a couple of days and then just get over it because it's not even worth it.
Yeah, I
So
wondered
what was the last thing? Because it was probably
I
just
think
something stupid, right?
I think it is stupid, but I think the last thing we argued about was probably. So we were going away for my birthday for a couple of days, and I wanted the place clean before we went. So we came home to like a clean house, and he wanted to clean after we came home because what's the point? We're not even going to be there.
Right.
And so the time that we could have just cleaned, we just argued. I don't think it was 24 hours, but it was like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. I get that. I get that.
In that case, I'm on your side, by the way, Maya.
Yeah, so am I, because even though I never want to clean the house before we go away, I'm always happy when it's clean when I get home.
Yeah, you come back
Right?
home.
Right?
You're happy to be back at home, and you're like, yes, clean house. Don't got to do anything, right?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Next time you're in an argument, call us.
I know.
Sounds like you're right all the time.
I have not been angry at Catherine. Like, I don't know when the last time I was stayed mad at her. I'm trying to remember. Because we don't have that sort of relationship. Like if we get into a disagreement, it's a flash, right? Like it's a flash. Like there's no, I don't have it in me to sort of like hold a grudge against her. I hold grudges against other people.
Right.
There's people I was freezy right out of my life, and have done that. But I think that the last sort of time that I got mad where I stayed mad, I wound up in tears because
really?
Yeah, because she didn't know I was mad, right? Like I had just been sort of bottling something up that was kind of going on between us for a little bit. Just a conversation that we would just have all the time, right? And sort of her way of framing the conversation, although it was not her intention at all, but her way of framing the conversation, I took it as I don't do enough.
Gotcha.
Right? And it's not that I felt bad or that she didn't sort of value me at all. It was just that I started to feel that I wasn't doing enough.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And then so we were just one day where this conversation came back up again, and then I was just like, I just broke down because I was like, I need you. We either need to figure this out now because we can never have this conversation again because I can't feel the things that I feel every time we do have this conversation. And then she was like, oh my God, that's not what I meant at all. But this was a conversation that we had like many times over 2 years.
Does it make you feel better if I told you that you're not alone in that? I'm sure this conversation happens between couples a lot because it's happened in our house as well between Jen and I, where it's like, not the argument, but the view that one person does more than the other.
But I don't mean do more. I don't mean do more in the sense of like housework and this kind of thing, right?
No.
I just mean like I'm not doing I felt like I wasn't doing enough like for the family.
Right. Yeah.
Like larger sort of future type grand things. And that's not what she meant at all, right?
But you just took it that way.
And I believed it, but I just couldn't help
And then you get into your own head, right?
Yeah, and so during that period, like I would always avoid that conversation, and I could tell sometimes too when it was going to happen, when this particular topic was going to come up, and I would just immediately skirt around or change the subject or start talking about something else because it really bothered me a lot. And so so was I like mad at her? No, but I probably felt like that for about a year.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that Same thing. Like if there's a disagreement, it gets settled like rather quickly, like within the day.
Yeah.
But if I've been upset over something, it usually lasts the day, and then by the next morning, I'm like, good, before I go to work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's never like we're not one of those couples that will get into an argument over something and then it drags out for like days and days and days where it's just like super awkward and uncomfortable in the home.
Yeah, no,
right?
Maury, I'm assuming Matthew is still mad at you, but when was the start date?
2007.
You stole my joke. I was going to say we've been arguing for 15 years.
No, but it's what's the longest you've stayed mad at your partner?
There was like 3 years ago or something on our anniversary. We didn't talk for like 3 days.
Oh my God, I remember that.
On your anniversary?
Yes.
Why? What happened? I don't remember this.
I don't even remember, but I know that.
No, I do.
If you ever look
remember.
on my Instagram and there's a picture I took of Andy Monroe, in front of him it says, "I'm 1 year old today," and behind him the bedroom door is closed.
Yeah.
Behind that bedroom door is Matthew, where he was the entire day, like sulking.
Right.
Over what though?
I
Was
can't.
that-
We
was that the
argued about the most
time-
ridiculous. We argued this weekend because I was in the middle of texting somebody. He started talking to me while I was texting, and I told him, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. I'm in the middle of a conversation right now."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You see, your phone always comes first." I'm like, "But this instance, I was doing that first."
Make an appointment.
Hold on here. I wish I could. I don't know how
Was
to
it the
specifically search
time-
because I remember. First of all, there have been many times where I've like written Maury over a weekend, and then he'll get back to me like super late, being like, "I just can't. I can't. Matthew hasn't talked to me in 3 days. I don't know what I'm doing." I have so many of those messages
flustered.
from you.
And we're doing our wills right now. And I remember we were going out to walk the dog this weekend, and we just got into an argument again.
Yeah.
And we were opening the door, and Matthew was like, "I don't even know why we're doing wills."
As in, you're not going to die, or as in you're not going to make it together.
Like, no, or as in, like, why are we staying married? Like,
Oh, damn.
Geez. So when you
but
guys,
then we did the wills later. Everything was
Yeah.
fine, and he's like, "So, all your collections and stuff, you're just gonna leave them to me, right?" Like he wants all my stuff.
All the stuff that he hates?
Yeah, because he'll sell it all.
Oh, okay.
So did you
okay.
guys have to do all that? Like, why didn't you just say everything that's mine is his? Or are you leaving other stuff to certain
when you do
people?
will, it's like if I die and he's alive, everything goes to him. But if we die together,
Right.
then where does everything go? But we're doing the part right now where it's if I die and he's still alive,
Right.
and we're spending a lot of time on the if I die and he's still alive.
Right. But are you giving things to other people aside from Matthew?
Oh no, if he's still alive, it all just goes to
It
him.
all goes to him.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's quick and easy, though.
Yeah, that's super easy. So
you have to
Also, it
item-
sounds
you
like
have to
he's
write
planning on
everything.
murdering
by
you.
the way, Maury, when you're doing your will, okay, just so you know, I don't want anything from you. Right?
Easy, we didn't put
So
you in.
okay,
it.
good. Don't put me
Not
in your
even
will.
his
I
book
don't-
on, like, the history of the Grey Cup?
No, I don't want any. I don't want any of your garbage. I don't want any of
Really?
that stuff. No. Yeah.
Was the time that he was mad that you're explaining here from 3 years ago, was that the time that you bought him that replica George Michael
No.
Faith
Oh, we
music
didn't fight
video
over
leather
that.
jacket?
He just threw it out.
He
Oh.
threw it in the garbage. No, I'm trying to remember. God, I wish I knew.
And you don't remember, Maury?
Oh, I honestly, we argue so much about the most ridiculous things.
Yeah.
If I had a way to search, Matthew hasn't spoken to me, I would like. Because
phone
that's
would
what he
blow
always
up.
says. Matthew hasn't talked to me in 3 days.
Yeah.
We're not speaking.
Oh, no.
Hold on here. Let me just see here. No, it's not that one.
Oh, I got in trouble this weekend
For?
because in the shower I squeegeed the glass, and he went in after me and realized I never squeegeed the tiled walls.
Okay.
And he is furious that I've never squeegeed the wall. And I said, nobody squeegees the walls. You don't
No.
squeegee the walls.
And you got into an argument over that?
He says that I'm single-handedly ruining the bathroom.
You ruined a bathroom. That's so
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, man. I wish I could find it because it was a big blowout that you guys had, Maury. I remember
From 3
but
years ago?
but I don't remember what it was.
Damn.
Like I remember Maury being like he was like really busted up about it.
So you know what, man? You should take him out of your will.
Yeah, I would.
Thanks so much for the call and for being part of the podcast, Maya. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
love.
Leslie Jeremy Flores asks, has anyone on the Roz and Mocha Show team or just on the KISS team had a major procedure where they needed time off to recover? If so, what was it and what was the hardest part of it all? I just had open heart valve replacement surgery and it came out of nowhere. Just starting my recovery, and and just trying to figure out some kind of routine while I'm on my road to recovery.
Roz did.
Hold on, I'm preoccupied. I found one. Now I got to go find where it started here.
Oh, come on!
Because I found one. I found one time when I wrote Maury.
Yeah.
Are you and Matthew still fighting? Did you sleep in your car again?
Yeah.
And that was from 2019.
Oh, wow. Wait, did you have to sleep in your car?
I was in the car for 8 hours
Yeah.
in the underground parking
Like because he kicked you out or just by choice?
by choice.
And did he at any point text or call you and just say, hey, come back upstairs?
No,
He didn't?
no,
No.
Just complete silence.
yeah, no, nothing. But I then went back upstairs because I
Yeah.
was hungry.
And then what'd he say?
He ignored me, and then I went on the couch.
Yeah.
And then he does the thing where he'll sit on the edge of the couch and sort of mock me, like, "Oh, are you sad?"
Oh, no. You have such a healthy relationship.
And I can't find. I
So
know.
funny. So when you were in the car for 8 hours, was it like overnight? Like you slept in the car, or this was
It
during
was just
the day?
all day. It was all day.
All day.
All day.
He got home and stayed in the car in the parking garage.
So what'd you do the whole time? Like you didn't even
I
were
fell
in-
asleep.
You fell asleep,
Mhm.
but you could have like driven around somewhere. You could have gone someplace and like go have lunch or go get a coffee. But you chose to stay in your car in the parking garage underground for 8 hours. during
Yeah, I
the day.
just stayed
Yeah.
there. I thought that if I left, I would get in more trouble.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't find the rest of it. The more he just tweets me, just sends me so much garbage. I can't find out where the fight started. But that was 2019, and I remember that you said that you had to sleep in the car. That you just got home from the show and just never went up. You just stayed in the in the parking garage. I'll find it one day. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. So next question. What was that question?
Long procedure. You had one where you had your stones
No,
or something.
wanted to know if anyone on the team had ever had a major procedure where they needed time off of the show to recover.
Off of this show?
Your stones.
Kidney
Nah, you
stones. No, that was one day though.
Yeah, you were back right away.
Yeah,
And then your
but
eye.
I was in here doing like I still had kidney stones. I was still doing the show. I hadn't passed them yet.
We had Carly Rae Jepsen, and you don't remember it.
No, because my stones started to make their way out of my body when Carly Rae Jepsen was standing in the room, and I have no recollection of that interview.
and then
And then I had eye shingles.
But that happened over the Christmas holidays, right?
But right as we were getting back, so I needed to take, I think it was a couple of days off then. But other than that, like I had COVID, but I don't think I missed a show during COVID.
No, you didn't.
No.
No, you just work from home.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think so. I think Maury's had why did you have to wear jogging pants for a year again?
Oh, because I still have a hernia.
Oh, right. Maury had a hernia.
But
Maury's
you still came into work.
yeah.
Yeah, I wore
Left
my pain
early a
pants.
couple days because he had to go. Maury, this was the best thing in the world. So Maury walking around here like he's just like a war vet, right? Limping and everything else. Okay, wearing jogging pants, like sweatpants to work, like big waisted sweatpants because he has a hernia. Every time Maury sits, he's like winces, right? Goes to the doctor. The doctor checks out his hernia, and the doctor's like, "Yeah, it'll be fine. Probably doesn't hurt that much." Maury walked out of the doctor's office and was like, "You know what? Doesn't hurt." The next day, it was all in his head. The next day, he was back wearing jeans,
he put
doing
his pants
stuff.
back on.
Yes, it was
Oh,
all in his
man.
head.
Way to go.
It was all in his
It only
head.
acts up if I carry groceries.
But I remember Maury telling me where he was like, just so you know, you can just tell me you got to leave early, man. I don't need to know everything in your life, right? He's like, just so you know, I have to leave early today because I have a doctor's appointment. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool, no problem. And he's like, I found something down there. And I was like, man, that's awful, right? Now I'm involved.
Totally.
Right? Now I'm involved.
Now
Had you
you're
just said,
expected to ask a question.
had you just said, I got to leave early, right? That's fine. You could go to the doctor's appointment, and then it's out of my life, and then I see you the next day, and whatever's going on, you keep that to you,
So
right?
wait, you said I found something down there?
So now I'm involved.
Sir, it's called a penis. You're
Okay. Yeah. So now I'm involved in Maury's whatever's going on down there that he found, and I didn't want to know how or when he found it, what was going on during discovery. But Maury says he found something down there, and now I'm involved. Right now I'm getting texts at the doctor's office. So nervous right? And I'm like, don't
God.
involve me in this. I don't want to.
That's what you text your husband.
Yeah, that's what I said though. I'm like, this is all the stuff you text your husband. You don't text me this stuff, right? So I was involved with Maury's hernia from all through it. Oh, we went through it together, Maury and I.
So what did you reply? Did you reply?
Yeah, you have to reply.
And what'd you say?
Nothing. I don't know what I said.
Clearly,
But I felt bad because the guy
wasn't that supportive.
Well, no, because the guy was legitimately nervous, right? You find something down there by your junk, and it's terrifying, right?
What did Matthew say about
Like
all
a
this?
hand or another person.
Was he supportive at all? Like,
Oh no, he was great. Like he thought that I was going to have to go and have it surgically removed, et cetera, et cetera.
He was so looking forward to that. Matthew would be like, "Oh my god, have they cut it all off? Oh, my life! Just leave a button, just something cute."
Parna wants to know if any of us have Finsta accounts. I don't.
No, I do not.
Shem?
No.
Dan,
No,
Maury?
not
How
at
many
all.
do you have?
I mean, I have the dog's account.
Okay, but the people know that that's your dog.
Yeah, no, I don't have like no.
Finsta, fake Instagram account, by the way.
right.
So you can like go in and either creep or just post anonymously.
Who has time for
Well,
that?
I mean, my manager has an account.
An Instagram?
Instagram?
That was always Twitter though, right?
account.
Twitter,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Maury made a fake manager that he would call ahead for things like hotels and airplanes and reservations. And Maury would play the part of his own fake manager named Mark Bentley, who was calling on behalf of Maury Sherman. And he would get him all sorts of perks at hotels. So when Maury walked up, they were like, we spoke to Mr. Bentley. And he had said this. And Maury's like, oh, my God, that guy. Right? Yeah. So Maury does have a fake
Greatest
Twitter.
agent ever.
Greatest agent of all time.
My favorite, and I know I've told this story many, many times.
Please tell it again.
But I'm happy to say it again.
Yeah.
Is the time that Maury and I went to LA for a red carpet premiere of Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart, right?
Love that.
And Maury's fake manager called ahead to Air Canada to say that it was Maury's birthday. He's traveling on his birthday. And if there's anything special you guys can do, it would really make his day.
Right.
And Maury was sitting a couple of seats ahead of us. So after the plane takes off, a couple of the flight attendants walk up, mini bottle of champagne.
No.
Yeah. They sing and clap, and Maury, and you see the look on Maury's face. Maury turns, he's like, he's trying to act like he's
he's
so
embarrassed.
surprised.
So embarrassed.
Like, oh, not here, guys. And like
Oh
they
my
make
God.
a big deal, and the whole plane's clapping for the guy.
Oh God! And you're like, oh God, please don't. No,
Yeah,
guys,
not
I-
here.
oh my God, I can't handle. Oh my God.
And they give him the fake or the
Free
the free
champagne.
champagne, and then we get to the hotel.
Yeah.
And I check in first, and then Maury checks in, and then this big manager, of course, calls to the hotel, right?
yeah.
Ahead of time. Oh, it's his birthday. Is there anything you can do to get him an upgrade? If there's anything additional you could do for him, and they give him like a bottle of wine, and he, of course, again, the acting again, right? Like, oh, so surprised. Oh,
my
for me, it's for me.
But Maury, don't you need to show ID to get into a plane and check into a hotel? Like they would have known it's not your birthday, right?
No, it was my birthday.
No, it was his birthday. Yeah,
your
yeah.
birthday.
We were actually traveling on his birthday
Wow,
weekend.
the one time you didn't lie.
Yeah.
Because that's Maury's thing, right? It's like you go to the keg, it's always somebody's birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, get that free Billy Miner pie.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronaldo, what's going on? It's Roz Mocha. How are you?
Great. You guys?
Good. What is your question for the room?
My question is, at what age did you guys feel like your life has turned around for the better?
Oh, good question. Do you have an answer?
Me, the age I am right now, actually, it's previously has been very tough. But after a while, I worked myself up, and my life has just turned around for much better.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through a good amount of struggles and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been pretty good now, financially and everything else around it.
Good one. How about you, Roz?
Yeah.
I talk a lot about this in my book.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, the year like the year that this show started. So not necessarily when this show started, but that year.
Yeah.
2009. I would say that's the year that everything sort of where everything kind of started to make sense.
Yeah.
Because I was a very different person before that year, which is weird because I'm not like that person at all, like on the radio. Like it's super weird. Like I wouldn't have been able to do, had I not had the end of 2008, 2008 is when it changed, because we started the show in 2009?
Correct.
If the beginning of 2009 never happened in the exact way that it happened, I wouldn't be doing this show.
Okay, then.
Right? Yeah,
Right.
I just, it was, everything just sort of happened all at once.
No spoilers.
And no spoilers. Everything just sort of happened all at once. And that was really like the turnaround for me. But if this opportunity came up in 2008, exactly 1 year earlier, there's no way I would have been able to do it.
Really?
No.
Wow.
I wouldn't have even went for it.
And we'll find out in the book why.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, sure.
Right?
But yeah. Oh, no, my God, for sure. But I was just such a different person, even 1 year earlier, that I would not have been able to do this show.
I would say...
And I'll tell you what, too, Mocha, if that show, even if that show did happen, let's just say that everything that happened in summer 2009 happened in summer 2008.
Yeah.
Right? Even if we did come together, you would not have wanted to do the show with me then.
Really?
No.
Will I find out why in the book?
Yeah.
September 27th, y'all.
Yeah.
A little bit broken. Okay,
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
wait.
I think so. I think it'll all make sense.
Can't wait either.
I would say 2004, maybe 2004 is when things started to turn around. But then
What happened in 2004?
that is when I left Toronto to go work in Kitchener. And my career drastically changed when I went to live in Kitchener. But then I would say it's like two parts. 2004, things turned around. But then when we started this show in 2009, it really turned around.
Yeah.
And I would say like the kind of peak year for things in my life changing for the better is 2009.
Same then, huh?
Yeah,
Darren
the
Moore.
exact same.
It's a tough answer for me because like everything goes in waves. Like everything goes up and then doesn't. But I guess I would say when I met Matthew.
Yeah.
And then when we moved into the condo and stuff, because I just felt like I had some sort of something to own.
Sure. And what about, so before you met Matthew, right? Would you have answered at what age did you feel like your life had been turned around for the better?
Then I would have put it career-wise. I would have said something like, oh, when I started doing blah, blah, blah.
It wouldn't have been
career.
coming out though.
No.
No?
I don't think
no, because
so.
then you face some like struggles and
Yeah, that's why I
heartache
mean,
and
like there are
stress,
moments where I
right? think
think everything's great, and then all of a sudden something will happen, and I would say not so much. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So getting the condo with Matthew.
Yeah, I would say that was to me where I'm like, okay, this is something I own. I'm not like renting, and
Do you feel like a grown up all the time now?
no.
No.
I feel honestly doing the wills and stuff, and there's a
Yeah.
part of the will where you have to put, how much money you've saved and stuff.
Yeah.
oh no.
And I'll tell you something, like it was at that moment where I kind of felt like, oh my God, I've failed. Because like I have an RSP, but I didn't start doing a pension until this year.
Wait, so after going through doing the wills, does Matthew now know, because you had to do so much financials, does he now know how much money you have and
Yeah,
how much,
and he's like
how much in
well,
debt you are?
Absolutely. He's like, okay, so I guess we're working till we're 100.
And so how much you don't have to give details, but what's the sort of ratio as far as what you've saved and compared to what Matthew has saved?
He saved something like
You don't
You don't have to say the number, but just
double what I've saved.
Okay.
Almost over double what I've saved.
Yeah. And that's over the course of how many years that you've been saving?
He's had a pension for like over 15 years.
But he gets a pension from work, right?
But you have to sign up for it. I didn't know. I thought it's just handed to you. I didn't know.
No, but what about saving like every time
he
you get
absolutely. He has a savings account where he
Yeah.
has thousands saved. He has his RSPs. Like
and for
he's
you
good.
savings, there's like
He asked me. He's like, okay, in a savings account, I have like nothing
Nothing.
Yeah.
And so this pension that you said you signed up for, where's that through?
through work.
Through work? We have a pension?
yeah.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad. Roz didn't even know.
No, I don't know.
You don't got to worry about that though.
Yeah. No, those pensions, because I had one at the TV show when I was doing ET Canada. They just like set you, and realistically, I had been on that one since 2005. And I think that like if I held on to that pension until I was like 60, I think it would have worked out to like maybe $2,500 a month.
It's something.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's something. Yeah, it's something. I didn't get rid of it when I left. I just, I'll just keep it there and it'll just like sort of roll over, right?
Shem, do you have an answer for this?
Yeah, I'm going to probably say 2003. I was 16 then, and I went through something pretty traumatic in high school that I feel like that really sort of changed who I was, and it really sort of allowed me to become aware of my blackness, as weird as that sounds, at age 16.
Was this a shared trauma or an individual trauma? Was it something that you experienced with other people, or did you go through this on your own?
No, this was definitely an individual trauma. Yeah. I had experienced a lot of bullying in grade 10 at the time, and a lot of things happened, and it really sort of highlighted for me, oh, wow, I'm different, right? And it's interesting because when I was in middle school and elementary school, I was just Shem. Like I didn't feel different. I wasn't made to feel different. It wasn't until this experience when I was 16 that I realized, oh, wow, like I really am different. And then, came a couple of tough years, sort of dealing with that identity. And then, eventually I got over it and I got a lot better.
When you were, I was just going to say, when you were young and black as opposed to you're something else completely different now. But let me ask you this, right? So when you said that when you were like in sort of, primary school and everything else, right? You were just Shem. Then you get to a point of where something happens or some sort of trauma where you realize you're different, right? Was there ever any sort of rationalizing that to where you would look at that situation with whatever a person did to you, not that you were different, but they were different?
Oh, yeah, good question. I'll say this. That experience really sort of made me very bitter and angry towards people just in general.
Sure.
And it made me feel like, wow, like, the world is really, kind of messed up. I really lived in a sort of glass house with like a lot of roses and rainbows, and I thought everything was just sort of great. Yeah. And it was my real sort of introduction into the world, which is kind of crazy to say at 16. That feels almost
terrible.
Late in life,
it's
right?
Awful, yeah.
But it really made me jaded. I will say that. It made me jaded.
But it was just one person? It was one
no,
it was one
group.
thing? It was a group.
It was a group.
Okay.
I can share it, whatever. I was assaulted in a really graphic way in school, and it had to do with my race and a bunch of other stuff, right? And it was, and I saw the real ugliness to society for the first time, and it really sort of shook me, and it really made me isolate from a lot of people. It made me isolate from family for a while. And it took a lot. I probably was honestly probably my mid-20s is when I finally started to let go of some of that trauma and really sort of focus in on the fact that there are good people out in the world, but it took a lot of therapy, took a lot of
okay, so let's go back to this question then, because the question was, at what age did you feel like your life had turned around for the better?
Yeah, this is a horrible story you're telling right now.
25.
Okay, 25. Okay, I'm like Shem coming in here with the hardcore trauma, and I'm like, what was your life like before that? 25. Okay, so it took 16 to 25 as a pivotal section of your life.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn.
And did you feel at 25 that you gained understanding, or was it because, I don't know, because Shem, you go to church, was forgiveness at all part of your sort of growth?
Yeah, but forgiveness of myself more than anything.
Okay,
right?
that's what I was going to ask.
Not so much of anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
realizing that it was not your fault.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that takes a lot of time, especially when you're young. When you're young, everything's your fault. But if anybody asks, you didn't do nothing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like but in your heart, everything's my fault, right? That's being a 16-year-old, right? So 16 to 25 was your sort of growth, and then after 25. So when you hit 25, you had gone through obviously talking to the right people and figuring stuff out and forgiving yourself. And
I started radio at 24, but 24, 25. And I feel like I just kind of found my way. Yeah. Right. And it made me develop a bit of a purpose. Yeah. And it's been good since then.
Isn't it great when that happens where you didn't even you would convince yourself that there was no path? Right?
Yes.
Like there was no way. Yeah. I was. I'm going to be here, and this is going to be it, and so be it.
Yeah, some dark days.
Yeah.
I found the light.
No, I know.
Damn,
That's,
Ronaldo.
yeah.
Look at what your question did, bro.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, guys, but you know.
No. It's always good to have these kind of conversations, though, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Thank you very much for your question. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and thank you for being a part of it, man.
No problem, man. Have a great one, eh?
You too. Take care. We'll end on this one. Natalia Whiteside says here, now that Roz is going to the gym, does he shower more thoroughly?
No.
No?
Like more thoroughly as in like am I like scrubbing parts of my body? No.
Like when you when you're showering at the gym.
No.
Right? Because you had just finished working out and you get all sweaty and stuff.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the free shampoo and conditioner and body wash.
I don't take advantage of the free shampoo and conditioner.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't wash my hair. Not when I'm there.
Even while you're there? Like it's there for you, man. Like,
it's not my thing.
It's free?
No, I use the pump soap and then and I just wash all the places that I normally wash when I shower at home.
And then you're out.
And then I'm out. Yeah. I stay in there a little bit longer though. I will say this. It's a little roomier, big showers at my gym.
How's the water pressure?
Oh, hardcore. It's like nails. Like it's very, very.
Do you like that? Do you like hard water pressure? Or do you like when it just kind of bounces off your skin?
No. I would prefer, the only thing I hate about the showers at the gym, right, is sort of like a rain head shower, right? So it comes down from the top. I don't know. I don't know how those things became trendy, right?
Me neither. You know
give me a shower head on a wall that comes down on like a 45 to 35 degree angle that if I turn around, I can get a jet right up my ass and then clean it all out. Right? You know what I mean? You can't do that with the rain shower. I look like I'm doing the limbo in the rain shower, like bending backwards and like
trying to catch a drop.
Putting my junk in the air to try and like, how do you rinse the part between your junk and your butt in a rain shower?
I think
you got to cup and splash.
Such a gimmick. And this house that we're living in right now, right? We've been there like 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
And in the bathroom, same thing. There's like the one that comes out of the wall, right? But then there's also the rain shower one.
Right.
I have never used the rain shower one.
No.
I just see no point. Even when we go to, if we're staying at a hotel, right? A lot of hotels have the option of the rain shower as well. Never use them because I don't think they're efficient. I think they are the biggest gimmick, and they trick people into thinking that they're a fancy accessory.
Yes. Matthew wanted to put that in. I said, absolutely not.
No.
What does he have in his bathroom?
Just a regular
He uses a
regular?
bathtub, but in the shower, he wanted to put the rain thing, and I said, absolutely not.
No, you can't clean yourself with that. It's so hard to clean anything.
I like to lean forward and point my ass up.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, right? That's how you clean. You get the jet. Shoots right in there. Right? It's like a bidet.
Yeah.
Right?
No, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Or when you're in a hotel, you use the wand.
The wand.
Huh?
You have to. I take the wand off the holder. If it's a rain shower, it comes usually there's a wand. So I'll use the wand and with
go up
sort
underneath.
And use two
But
fingers
then you start
to
hitting
separate.
the ceiling with water, and then if you're really dirty,
you put it
down
right
there,
in there.
I know, but if you're dirty down there, right, and you start spraying, all that dirt that's down under there is going to come up, hitting you in the face.
Yeah, what if like a particle gets like all up in your hair?
Yeah, that's how you get pink eye, man. Right?
Thank you for all of your questions.
If you went to Maury's house.
No.
If you went to Maury's house, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say, if you went to Maury's house and you went into the bathroom and you had to take a shower, right? Would you ever touch the wand in Maury's shower?
I would not touch anything. No. I would try to keep any type of touching like to a minimum.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to touch the surface of anything.
No, I would be like at the gym. I'd wear flip-flops in your shower.
I was gonna say I might shower in socks.
Probably a good idea.
Ew, gross. Don't.
So disgusting. Anyway, once a week on Instagram we post at Kiss925 through our account, Ask Roz Mocha. That's where you see the picture, and this is where we get all the questions from. Thank you for listening. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Woo! Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.